The brand new aggressive skate company Echo teases at their new team. Benson Boone represents Standard on the official Instagram account in front of millions, alongside a bunch of brand new rolling products. Everything you need to know. Let's get into it. Kia ora, good morning, and welcome to Blading News. Now, I'm going to start the show off with a plug, so I apologize in advance. But you may notice I'm wearing a brand new hat, and it features the new Blading News logo that I've had for a while now. And yes, you can get this hat right now. I've launched a new website. This is going to get confusing. I need to describe it. But at global.shopblades.com, this is going to be the home to all my made-to-order products. So these are the ones that I don't have any stock in that are made to order. So they're made as close to wherever you order from as possible, saving you on shipping, saving me on stock, and also making it a lot cheaper. And I thought it'd be a great way to have a way for you guys to support me where I don't have to constantly worry about getting the right size in stock for you guys, as well as having to ship it and stuff myself. So it's a trial. I'm not sure if I'm going to commit to it yet, but they're available now if you want to support me. We have the hat available in black with the red that I'm wearing right now. We also have the red on red if you like the more stealth look. They have lace embroidered on the back. They're adjustable. It's a dad hat. There's also the OG shirt here that I have too. This is the OG one. If you've been following me for a while, this is the one I used to make way back in the day. It's a very lightweight shirt. Great for skating in. Can't recommend it more. And yeah, hopefully this is a winner round. And if I did this right, those should be popping up on the screen right now. You should be able to click them, the card, or the link will be in the description. Check it out. We'll see how it goes. Tell me if it's too confusing. But anyway, let's get into the news. SKATES, one of the many brand new aggressive rollerblading skate companies that come out over the last couple years, have a big update today. So first, you should know that their official skate is called the Verge, right? And it's been received pretty well. The people who have tried it out have said it's pretty good. It's kind of like a them kind of basic skate, you know, plastic boot at a really good price point with kind of everything you want and nothing you don't need, you know. Some new interesting ideas as well. Overall, very well received. The big update today, though, is that they have teased their team. They've got an official team, which was quite surprising because the people who are making Echo Skates actually come from the same people that make Anarchy Skates, if you don't know that. And Anarchy Skates, that's definitely not like a core rollerblading brand. It was like a very outsider. They just had a cheap price point, entry-level skate that people would probably mostly buy off Amazon, you know. So they're never really a big part of the scene, but this Echo brand has been them trying to reach into and become like a core skate company. And I think they're doing the right thing here by actually supporting some skaters and putting together a pro team. At least I assume it's a pro team. I hope they're getting paid. I think that's a great move and a step in the right direction to earn the trust of regressive rollerbladers, especially because this team looks like a great pick. Now, obviously, I'm not the best at reverse engineering who these people are. This teaser's done well. Like, I am not 100% on any of these people, except for the one they officially announced today, which is Hayden Ball. Hayden Ball is officially the first person to be announced on the Echo team, and that's a great pick, a really good start, and a really good sign for Echo Skates with him being their first announcement. I'm sure there's been more by the time I'm posting this. Hayden's been killing it recently. I say recently, I don't know how. This was quite a while ago now, but he did get a red-eye reel recently. Recently, it wasn't recently. I'll say recently one more time for you. I have heard some rumors of a very significant Razor skater being picked up by Echo, but it hasn't been confirmed yet, and even looking at the teaser, I don't think it's anywhere near official yet, so I don't know about that. But other than that, the only leads I have to go off for the Echo team is just comments on the teaser post, which obviously isn't enough to really tell you guys what's actually happening till they announce it. But if you have any ideas who's going to be in it, please let me know, and I'll be excited to see what they're doing. Does this earn your trust? Do you think you can respect Echo Skates as one of the main core rollerblading companies? Moving on though, we got to talk about the insane free exposure that Standard Skates just got over on Instagram, thanks to Benson Boone. He's a new pop star that recently came out. You've probably definitely heard his song by now. I'm not going to risk a copyright claim, but you know, there it is. But here he is on the official Instagram account, ripping Standard Skates, which is absolutely insane. So the story of how he ended up in this situation is quite crazy. So this dude's always been into skating, but he's like not the kind of typical aggressive skater. Like, I'm sure you've all skated with someone who skates like this. Here's a clip of him skating here. He's the kind of dude that just likes to roll around, do jumps, and do flips. And those kind of dudes, you know, they got the pure love for rollerblading, which is cool to see. But essentially, the Standard team ran into him one day at the skate park and saw he was on hockey skates. They decided to hook him up with a pair of Standard skates, and he loved them. Now, we notice here he's not skating them aggressive at all. He's got a compass set up, so he has no interest in grinds, you know. So he's not a grinder blader. But I think this is really cool, and I just can't believe how lucky Standard is to have this promotion right here. He loves these skates. He's showing them off, and I think massive props to him, because the caption of this one here is that he did this 3 hours before the show. He's out there throwing backflips 3 hours before he does a live concert. But yeah, Standard Omni could not be luckier. This is absolutely insane. What's not cool though is the fact that the Loco Skates official Instagram is down, and has been down for like a month now due to some kind of mix-up that happened. It seems like Loco's kind of screwed here, and I'm going to put this in the show here in the hopes that someone that's watching this right now has a connection at Meta that can help Jake out and get the Loco Instagram account back, because apparently they've had no luck with support. And it absolutely sucks, because that was like they had a great Instagram, man. It's a huge loss for not only us as rollerbladers, but for a great skate shop. So yeah, definitely reach out to Jake and help him out if you can do that. And if you're still looking for ways to help rollerbladers, we got a good GoFundMe here set up by Tom Moyes to try and get the Team GB to the World Skate Games, which is a great way to show rollerblading in front of a whole new audience. 12,000 people will be there, 100 different countries worldwide. It's a shame that we have to crowdfund this and his sponsors won't do this. I swear, like, Powerslide or something could easily fund this. Like, they could. It'd be a huge dub. Talking to any skate company right now, huge dub to go on and jump and just chuck some money into this and help it happen. But overall, this is a great idea. It's a good test to see if we can crowd fund getting skaters in front of more people. So if you have any spare money, definitely check this GoFundMe out and help get Team... It's Great Britain. I'm assuming it's Team Great Britain. Kind of we should just make it Team Rollerblade at this point. Team Inline Skating. Sorry, Rollerblade doesn't get the free plug if we're going to crowdfund it. But, really cool idea. It's cool to see Tom Moyes try to help out rollerblades like this. Props to him. And then to open us up to new products, we have this news tool from Sonic, which is available exclusively at endlessblading.com. Endless Blading, they make great big wheel frames. Like, they can't be beat. Very, very well made. Like, kind of wizard frame alternatives. Sonic Sports has been a supporter of the show since like day one, so I'm a huge fan of them. Thank you so much to them. And here they have an exclusive neon pink colorway that you can get exclusively from Endless Blading. Now, I had this tool. Sadly, I lost it. I lent it to someone at a competition. Never got it back. Still gutted about that. But this is an exceptionally good tool. They did slightly upgrade it here. It's got everything you'll ever need. It's 7 tools in one, which is great value. It's a rollerblading company. Highly, highly recommend it. It has a bearing pusher, it has a bearing extractor, it has a bearing press, 4mm hex. I don't want to list it all, but it has everything you'll ever need, dude. Everything you'll ever need. Definitely cop this if you're needing a new tool. But let's talk about skates. First up, I'm seeing a big issue with me doing these so really now, because this skate is definitely not new anymore. But in case you did miss it, we have the new Rossi's Cappuccino here, which is a beautiful cream colorway here. And the thing I'm most excited about this skate is the fact that Grant Hazelton is back and he's skating them and he's shredding so hard. I love Grant skating so much. It warms my heart to see him back from a knee injury. I'm relating to his knee injury so hard. He's been out for like over a couple years now. My knee is still bad, so he's giving me hope, and it looks like he's having a blast on skates, and he's representing those skates. So one thing I mentioned this in the last Play News, I'm so disappointed in this promotion for the skate. I do think it's a huge loss that this is all they're doing now. I'm excited to see what they do next to tease the skates, but man, this was the lamest teaser they've done, and shows the loss they took when they ditched Martina, man. Moving on though, again, this doesn't feel new at all, but there's a new USD Team Shadow skate that came out in a nice black and red colorway. Very clean, has a couple of slight changes to it. The heel lock's supposed to be a little better with the liner, but again, I'm a big hater of the skate, man. I look at the skate, I think the skate has lost all of its purpose. I don't want to hate on these anymore than I need to, but it's so hard for me not to. I'm going to pick on the fact that here the color, like, why is this like a brown? Like, imagine how brown this is going to get once it's sun faded. Why isn't it just black? And that's just the looks of it. The whole idea of the skate, I just don't understand at this point. The fact that the walkable liner is like, it's nowhere near a shoe anymore. It's just not even like slightly viable as a shoe. I think this skate has lost all of its purpose, and I don't understand why anyone would choose to skate it at this point. But I am a hater on it. I do have a review you should check out, I think, if you're curious about these skates by Wheelscene. Very well done, very thorough. And it does kind of reflect what I just said there, but he's a lot more fair about it. Actually skated Shadows back in the day, so he's got a bit more say than I do. But man, why can't the skate needs to have a shoe in it, otherwise it's got no identity, and I'm going to stand by that now. And don't tell me it still has a shoe in it, okay? Moving on though, for the 30th anniversary of Intuition Sports, we got these gold Intuition liners. Interesting that Intuition is doing a skate liner for their 30th anniversary, considering they're not a skate company, but I have a feeling, just even looking at Intuition's like tags, you know, if you look at their tagged, it is 99% skating. So I'm wondering if they have a huge, like a big part of their sales is skating, which is insane. But anyway, really beautiful colorway, like a mustard yellow. But again, my hater ass is coming out again. I can't imagine putting these in any skates, because like, I know most people skate like a black skate, followed up by probably a white skate, but like, I just can't imagine this ever looking good in some skates. I know it's so boring to release a black and a white kind of product over and over again, but what skate is this not going to look horrendous in? I did have a picture of what these look like. Someone, I think Danny Beer might have posted up him skating them, but the picture seems to have disappeared at this point. Someone please comment and link it if you still have it. But they didn't look too bad in some black 99s, you know. But the yellow tongue, just the yellow, you can see the yellow through the skate. I don't know, man. I can't see it working out. And this is one of the biggest problems I had with the Intuition liners from day one. The original pair of Intuition liners had like a gold kind of trim at the top, and that was enough for me to never consider getting them in the first place, despite how much people raved about how good they are. Again, though, I'm definitely an Intuition liner hater. I think they're good liners, but I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they're good enough, and they're definitely not for me at this stage. You didn't come here for my opinion though, so I'll keep going. Moving on, I got some good news, a good update on the What Frames website. It is not shutting down anymore. It was saved, which is such a good thing. I can't rave about how great this website is. It's not loading right now, hold up. Again, to explain, this website lets you check and like overlay every frame on the market to see the difference in wheel split, the difference in the groove, and it's just so well done. Losing this would have been such a huge loss. So I'm so happy it's not gone. Shout out to whoever saved it, or to the owner who managed to make it work. Props to them. Check it out if you're considering what skates you want to get, what frames you want to skate next. It'll help you out, trust me. Moving on though, we have a brand new junior kids aggressive skate here called Lava Skates. I'm very confused about this. It's definitely a small scale thing, and I think this is like one of those open molds on Alibaba or something. But this is a great looking kid skate here. It's adjustable for a few different sizes. It's a great option if you're looking for a kid skate. I think Lava Skates is just a skate shop overseas. So I don't know too much about what's going on here, but you know, I think out of all the kid skates I've seen in the market, these are the most kind of less hurtful on the eyes out of any I've seen so far. And yeah, I think it's cool to have more options for kids. I hope this is a successful venture for Lava Skates and we see more out of it. Up next, we have an extremely rare drop from Moonshine. They're only making 12 of these sole plates. They're famous UHMW super solid, fast sliding sole plates, and these ones specifically for Mesmers in size 9 to 10. So if you fit that and you want a mega upgrade on your sole plates, definitely go get on Moonshine's website before they're gone. There's only going to be 12, dude. 12. That's so exclusive. And man, I talked to the guys behind the angled soles. Again, you should get angled soles too. They're sick. The work that has to go into designing a sole plate that like matches a skate, it's an insane amount of work. So the fact we have any options is amazing. So props to Moonshine for offering this. We do actually have an update on the Crate Originals story. So if you didn't know, there was a good chance that we're going to lose Crate frames forever. Not just the CRS suspension frames, which have been kind of not working well for a long while. It was kind of a horror story. But also the OG frame here, the one that a lot of pros love, that people somehow skate flat, and I'll never know how they skate it flat. And I know a lot of people described that's actually really good for flat in the comments last time I said that, but I don't believe you. I know it's bad for flat, okay? Anyway, the update is things are going well. They haven't lost the molds. The new suppliers are working well. The only thing they're waiting on now is the team that's testing them to say if they hold up good. They're using the same materials for the OG ones. There shouldn't be any changes there. And the CRS frames are coming back from the dead with some better tolerances, which means they could finally, the reality that they first promised so many years ago, they could finally live up to it, which I'm actually super excited for, because the idea of the suspension frame, I think it's a really cool idea. And the only thing that ruined that was just the kind of tolerance, the weird kind of, I don't know what happened with those frames, but there's something about the bolts and stuff made them so clacky, and it really ruined it for me. But yeah, I'm glad to see the suspension frames making a comeback, although we still haven't seen the suspension frames from Power Slide yet, which is interesting. That must be hard to work out. The last time I talked to Matthias, he said they were only a few weeks away, but they must be failing some tests. And speaking of frames, I had these ones linked to me. It's a brand new kind of big wheel 5 or aggressive setup. Brand new frame idea that was showing off here, and the first thing, I don't want to hate too hard, but the first thing I noticed about it was I feel like it has too many bolts. Now, this was posted 7 weeks ago, and it's about to come out. It hasn't an update. I hope this is still happening. Please don't abandon this, whoever's creating this. I'm excited to see what you do. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a big wheel frame that you can swap a middle wheel out to instead have an H block. And straight away, my complaint for this is, no one's asking, but my complaint is that there's too many bolts, dude. There's too many. I don't want it to do 3 bolts, man. I don't care if it's a worse setup. I need 1 bolt to change it. If I have to do 3, I'm never ever going to change it, And that's the good thing about the rocking frames I had, dude. Way back, the aggressive rocking frames, it's either a 5x80 or something like that, or you take the middle wheel out and put an H block in. I think that is ideal. 1 bolt, that's so ideal. 3, I think you're pushing it. But I will give this guy props. He's been skating. There's clips of him skating these. And he is doing he's doing top soles in this big metal frame. They sound so nice too. Hopefully there's an update soon because I am always excited for new rollerblading products, especially when someone's trying something new, Still speaking of frames, we have a new one from 50/50. Still, it's 2 weeks old. I feel like this is old news, but 50/50 released a new red balance frame, and it's the most red they've ever done yet, which is a good selling point. It has a t-shirt that comes along with it, I guess you can get, matching t-shirt. But he did do a comparison, Lord did a comparison between the original red, and just look how much more vibrant this red is. It's a lot more kind of orangey, could be nice, good change. So if you have the OG kind of red ones, it's a great time to upgrade, because not only do you get the Balance 2 frame, which has all the upgrades of that, it's a lot more kind of modern and nice looking, but you also get a much more vibrant red. Great time to cop them, And then before I link you to an edit you should definitely check out that you haven't seen yet, trust me, we got to do our quick rewind to you guys' reaction to the last episode of Blade News, which is going to be a little different this time because I'm going to include the Patreon only, but they have released a free version of Blade News called Blade News Early Access as well as the last episode of Blade News. Which is a great time to plug that if you want to help me continue to make videos like this, consider supporting me on Patreon. It's the only way I can do this. This has to be a fan-funded thing, so if you have any spare money, I'd really appreciate the support. Patrons get access to a weekly news update that has everything involved. It's just like the format of the last video I did there. It's that kind of like more easy, chill, but has absolutely everything included with the kind of lower bar for entry, or you can buy the new Blade News hats that just released, made to order, over on global.shoplace.com, linked in the description. Consider supporting me. I need the support to keep doing this, so thank you for hearing me out. Let's get into you guys' comments, starting off with the oldest episode of Blade News, which was mostly about the misunderstanding between a skate shop and Billy O'Neill and Razors. Before that main story though, I do want to quickly mention this comment here from Lil Gus84, who just mentions that the next faction skate is a carbon free. Now, I knew that's going to be a plastic boot, and it looks like it's going the route of looking like a soft boot. I'm not 100% on that though, but if you actually pay attention to Tree's post, which again, congrats to Tree for getting on the faction team, he's been skating them, dude. And if you pause and look closely, you can see they look pretty good, And this is not the released product, obviously, but it also is worth noting that Faction has a big edit coming out in a couple days. That's actually the premiere scheduled as of me making this, and there's a small chance it's an announcement of this plastic boot, and because this boot's been in work for like over a year now, so I'm excited to see that. And while I was editing this, a new Tree edit came out, and it's absolutely amazing. It's called Big Budget. It might have been out before, but it's the first time I've seen it because I know this channel that just got popped up has been moving a lot of edits together. A lot of really cool edits, by the way. Definitely check it out. But anyway, onto the main story you guys are talking about. I was overall surprised with other people really riding for Razors. I mean, technically they weren't in any kind of huge wrong in this story there. I think Jamie has a really great point here where he says, I love Razor skates. Whatever happens behind the scenes, you can't knock the product, and ultimately I'm going to skate what feels best, which I do think is a very valid point. The skates are a really solid product. Razor skates are so good. They're easy to skate. They're reliable. They last long. They're a good price. There's a reason they're so big in the industry, but I still can't believe how mad people are when we call them out for being so shit. They have been so shit to rollerblading. The only good thing they've done for rollerblading is not disappear, and like that's just because they're making money, And I really do stand behind the fact that I think Razors is just so soulless and dead now. There was a comment that was really mad that I said that, but I stand by that shit, dude. I love Razors, dude. Razors was like my come-up company for blading. I love them. But now, the company, it just feels so dead. It's like they do not give one fuck about rollerblading, Even with a really cool team of pro skaters, the company, I cannot get behind it. And to keep the Razors bagging going... I read this name was Chris Haffey, so I'm just going to pretend it's Chris Haffey. Shout out to him. They mentioned that the Colt that I absolutely loved in the last episode, beautiful, cool collab, just looks like the last Colt they released, but with a new cuff. That's a V-cut one, which could allude to the fact they didn't sell enough of those skates and they're getting rid of old stock, which is probably likely. And honestly, when I go back, I did a tier list recently of all the Razor skates, or chose a random amount of them. And when I put them next to each other, the last two Razor Colts, I actually do think the pure navy blue one is cooler, and I probably would choose that over it. So I don't know what I'm talking about, you know. And now to round off the show, let's talk about an edit you should check out. Now, there has been a gold mine of great edits. You know, there's a great one from Basement recently, that front hook down the slide from Sean. God damn. There's also a really good one from Razor, surprisingly too. The SL Sky Blue that came out, a bunch of others. I can't wait for that faction edit, like I mentioned. But the one I'm gonna link to you today is one you wouldn't have seen, and I found it from Mushroom Blading. Whoever's posting this stuff from Mushroom Blading Facebook, they have such a good pulse, that like hand on the pulse of like underdog underrated edits, because this video is so underrated. The only complaint I have about it is that it's too short, but it's a quick little 1-minute edit called Me and Rube by Corey Oral, and it's a really good watch. It's got some great street skating by I think it's just one dude, I'm not too sure. Some really great street skating. There's a good handrail in there, as you can see, and it was very impressive, and it's been slipped on by the algorithm, so definitely go check it out after watching this today. But that's it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I want to give a massive thank you to my patrons and members for making this video possible. I cannot do this without their support, so if you want to help me continue to make it, consider becoming a patron. It would mean the world to me. Or copying the new hats, please go buy them so I can decide whether to continue to doing made-to-order products. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate everything you guys do. Hope you get to go for a skate today. I'll see you guys later on. Appreciate you.